following is a feature presentation of the Replay Sports Channel, the home for great games.
Hello, football fans. Welcome to the Replay Sports Channel's WFL Primetime Week 3 edition. Hi, everybody. Glenn Walker from the Replay Sports Channel studios. And coming into Week 3, we had 6 teams with perfect 2-0 records. Conversely, 7 teams were sitting at 0-2. 2 undefeated teams faced off against one another. Las Vegas Outlaws hosted their Pacific Division rivals, the Los Angeles Wildcats. The Wildcats coming into last Sunday's game looking to end a 6-game losing streak against the Outlaws. And in an earlier game, one of the surprise teams in this young 2024 season, the Rome Gladiators, traveled to Paris to take on the Legends. Let's get the highlights started, shall we? Allegiant Stadium is where we go for Week 3 highlights between the Wildcats and the Outlaws, the defending champs, taking on a divisional rival. Quarterback challenge here between Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts. We take early action. Outlaws with the ball first. Hand off to Jonathan Taylor. Breaks one tackle, gets by deep into the secondary, breaks a 32-yard run. Later on in the drive, Jalen Hurts, operating from the pistol, connects with Elijah Moore for a touchdown. Won't be the last time we hear from Mr. Moore. Dak Prescott back to pass. First possession for LA, pass intercepted by Julian Love. Great field position for the Outlaws. Operating from the Wildcat position, we got a little razzle-dazzle here as Myers lined up behind side of his incomplete pass. Hurts back in at quarterback. Finds Mr. Moore again, this time for a 16-yard touchdown. 14-0 early for the Outlaws. Back to the midway point of the second quarter now. Hurts to Moore connection. Hurts so good from 11 yards. It's now 21-0 LA. Late in the first half, LA trying to get something going here. Pass complete to Darius Slayton, 36-yard touchdown. LA on the board. We move now to late in the fourth quarter after LA added a field goal and Las Vegas added an Outlaw. Moore with his 4th touchdown of the day. Outlaws going away 31-10. LA has now lost 7 straight to the boys from Vegas. Kudos going out to Elijah Moore. What a day he had. 11 receptions, 117 yards, 4 catches. Jonathan Taylor, not a bad day, rushing the ball, 27 carries for 99 yards. And as you can see there by the numbers, Las Vegas in control. They move to 3-0. Los Angeles drops to 2-1. From the Stade de France, the 1-1 Paris Legends playing host to the Rome Gladiators, surprising everybody at 2-0. We're going to take you straight to the highlights here. Rome with the ball, opening drive. Trevor Lawrence finds an open Nico Collins. Down inside the 20. Passes it to running back Austin Eckler, picks up 3. 2nd and 7 from the Paris 11. Check that. We're going to move to 1st and goal after picking up the first down. Austin Eckler gets the job done. First of several touchdowns. Get that air guitar celebration going there. Rome leads at 7-0. Paris ball midway through the first quarter, and interception. Burrow intercepted on the Legends' first play from scrimmage. Let's watch some more Austin Eckler, shall we? He can catch the ball. Fumbles. Paris gets the ball. But they can't do anything with it. So Rome gets the ball back. 1st and 10, the Paris 27. Late first quarter. Eckler picks up a 7-yard gain. Great protection for Lawrence as he completes the pass to Keenan Allen, brought down by Newsome inside the 5. 1st and goal. Lawrence overthrows his receiver in the end zone. Take it to 2nd and goal as we start the second quarter. Hand off to Eckler. Get out of my way. Touchdown. 2nd of the day for Austin Eckler. Highlight of the day for Paris. Burrow to rookie Puka Nacua. 73 yards. He could go all the way. Touchdown. Legends. They're back in this. Cutting the lead in half. This time, Lawrence working from the gun. Kicks it off to Cook. Cook's going to do the rest. 20, 10, 5. And dragged down at the 2 by Tyrann Mathieu. And it's guess who time on 2nd and goal. You guessed it. Air Guitar Man, Austin Eckler. 3-yard touchdown run. Still early in the second quarter. Lawrence off the bootleg. There's a nice pass to Allen, beating that double team. Working it to Nico Collins near side, and he's into the end zone. Tough day for the Paris Legends secondary. They now lead at 27-7. Missed the PAT. Saw a lot of that today. Chris Olave. Olave. Oh. Pickup of some huge yards there. Gets him inside the 20. Burrow back to pass. With time, fires Sutton. Cortland Sutton outleaps his defender. It's a 27-14 game heading into the second half. We now go to the fourth quarter. Nico Collins with the catch inside the 5. Into the end zone. We pick up action midway through the fourth quarter. Gladiators up 40-14 on the Legends. Burrow to Deebo Samuel, who's going to go the distance, 72 yards. Just a few highlights there today for Paris. They lose 40-28. Player of the day, Austin Eckler, getting it done. 23 carries, 104 yards, 3 touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence, not a bad day himself. 28 for 44, 336 yards. Rome's been doing this all on the road. They finally get a home game next week. We'll see if the way they've been playing, if that works when they go home. Home opener for the Barcelona Dragons at the Camp Nou. They play host to the 0-2 Berlin Thunder. Take you action to early in the first quarter. Jordan Love completing a pass to Juju Smith-Schuster for 43 yards. Capped off by a Matt Prater field goal. Barcelona with the early 3-0 lead. Patrick Mahomes and the Thunder offense get to work. Devin Achane, I've been saying his name wrong the first 2 weeks, picks up 12 yards and a first down. Mahomes also having to run for his life a lot in this game. tucks the ball and picks up 23 yards before being tackled down. And then finally, capping off this drive, Mahomes. Play action. Takes it himself across the goal line. Berlin with a 7-0 lead. Barcelona settles for another Prater field goal. Berlin leads 7-6. We move far ahead into the second quarter. Mahomes with a run again. Under the 2-minute warning now. Mahomes. Barcelona defense really gave him fits in the pocket. Picks up 19. One timeout remaining. Mahomes with time to throw now. Gets it to Craig Kittle, the tight end. 23-yard touchdown. Barcelona would add a late field goal. Score would be Berlin 20-9 at halftime. Pick up action in the third quarter. As HN with a loss there. Berlin would go on a long opening drive to start the second half. It would result in another Graham Gano field goal. Think that's coming up as we're midway through the third quarter. Greg Kittle, nice catch and run there. HN left the game with a groin injury, did return, and then later left for good. That brings in Elijah Mitchell. That'll make it 30-9. Barcelona. Still plenty of time to go as we're in the fourth quarter now. Love connects with Mecole Hardman for 32 yards. Saquon Barkley, rather bottled up in most of this game, gets the handoff here. Just his fifth run of the day. Picks up 12 in the first down. And then Love to Smith-Schuster. Touchdown. First touchdown of the day for Barcelona. That was really the lone highlight for the Dragons as Berlin gets their first win, 30-16. Patrick Mahomes, 23 of 28, 253 yards and a touchdown. He also ran for 84 yards and picked up a touchdown running the ball. Barcelona dropping to 0-3. Try to pick up the pieces next week. The London Knights make their first trip across the Atlantic, and they will take on the Toronto Hitmen, coming off the rare tie last week. London scoring a field goal in that first possession of the game. They lead it 3-0. Hitman with the ball. Herbert back to pass. Completes it to Wan'Dale Robinson for 35 yards. Then later in the drive, inside the red zone, Herbert again with great time to DJ Moore, 15-yard touchdown. Toronto takes the lead 7-3. Herbert, though, intercepted by Darren Bland, who takes it back to the house. Touchdown. London retakes the lead. We move on to the second quarter. Aubrey adds a 39-yard field goal. They lead at 13-7. And this time, Carr is intercepted by May. Defense. A lot of highlights in this package here. Andrew Arden-Key gets a sack. Toronto head coach Ryan Dinwiddie upset with the protection scheme there. Christian McCaffrey here late in the game. Kind of been a late starter here early in the season. Picks up 18 yards on the screen. Then Carr, looking for his favorite tight end, Dalton Schultz. He knows something about touchdowns. Knights with a 21-7 lead. Herbert. Nice pass to Wandale Robinson. Pick up a 40. Still early in the fourth quarter. Herbert operating from the gun. And he's going to be sacked by Simmons, Jeffrey Simmons, with the sack. They have to go for it on 4th and 19, trailing by 2 scores, but Moore stops short of the first down. Still early in the fourth quarter. Carr slings it across the middle to Stephon Diggs. 36-yard touchdown. Knights up 28-7. Desperation times for the Hitmen. Herbert to Tank Dell. Look at that Tank go. He's into the 20. Finally stopped inside the 10 by Woods. Worked once. Let's try it again. Herbert to Dell for the 11-yard touchdown. Hitman cut the lead to 14. Under 2 minutes to go now. Got to work quickly. They only have one timeout. And Christian Gonzalez with the interception. And we're not done with the scoring. Sean Payton likes to run up the score. And late in the game, we'll toss over to Raheem Mostert for 12 yards. Final score in this one, London 35, Toronto 14. London improves to 3-0. Derek Carr on the day, 37 of 51, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns. Drake London, 10 catches for 82 yards. Out in St. Louis, both the San Antonio Commanders and the Stars trying to shake off some Week 2 losses. I'll take you down to the field. Late first quarter action. Tua Tagovailoa leading the Stars offense. He will complete an out pass to Ramondre Stevenson and a pickup of 16 yards. Later on in the drive, Tua finds tight end Jake Ferguson for a first down, gets into the red zone. Having problems with their running game, but the passing game looks good as Tua completes a 13-yard pass to Zay Jones. And then the cap off to the drive after a self-inflicted penalty. Tua completes the pass to KJ Osborne from the U. They missed the point after attempt, though. It's 6-0. We move on to the second quarter. St. Louis has the ball again. Zay Jones with an incredible catch. Stretches his body out, grabs the ball. Pick up a first down, 16 yards. Other tight end, rookie sensation Sam Laporta with a nice 13-yard catch. We were talking about the running game earlier. St. Louis decides to get it in gear. Ramondre Stevenson, 6-yard touchdown run. That's his first rushing touchdown of the year. Stars lead at 13-0. Notice we haven't had any Commander highlights yet. Well, there wasn't much here today. Goff intercepted by Charvarius Ward. Stars with the ball midway through the second quarter. Tua likes throwing to those tight ends. Incompletion pass here. Tipped off the play. Sorry about that. Tua on 2nd and 10. Likes to throw to the tight ends. Well, first he's going to throw to Ramondre Stevenson. Gets inside the 10-yard line. Then, 1st and goal. They decide to go for a field goal. Oh, there was a touchdown there. There's a 10-yard touchdown pass to Ferguson. I did not have the highlight there. Apologies. So we will move on to third quarter action at some point. We're still in the second quarter here. St. Louis adds a field goal. They lead it 20-0 late in the second quarter. We start the third quarter. San Antonio had a drive stall out near midfield, forced to punt. And then possibly the play of the day. Tua. Back to pass. Incomplete. Not that play. Coming up shortly. Boy, I really messed up the highlights on this one. Tua completes a pass to Osborne. And how did I miss it? Stevenson had a 67-yard touchdown run. I totally missed that one. The system's going haywire. Well, anyway, as you can see, the Stars are just dominant in this game. San Antonio struggling all day, moving the ball. We're halfway through the third quarter. From his own end zone. Tua with the incomplete pass there. And I'm showing random highlights here. As the Stars would go on to win this game by a score of 39-0. Let's just fast forward to the end here. 39-0. Tua Tagovailoa, game MVP, 24 completions, 34 attempts, 296 yards, 3 touchdowns. San Antonio drops to 0-3. First 3 games have been on the road. They do get the next 2 at home versus Chicago and Detroit. Already talk of the head coach being on the hot seat. Free agency losses of running back Aaron Jones, linebacker Devin Bush. San Antonio only able to generate 168 yards of offense. They committed 11 penalties in this game. So San Antonio starting off 0-3. St. Louis improving to 2-1. Next stop, Phoenix, Arizona, where the 2-0 Arizona Rattlers play host to the 0-2 Mexico City Aztecs. Arizona, owner of the #1 league offense and #1 quarterback Brock Purdy, in action here early. Fires, but this one's intercepted by cornerback Stephon Gilmore. Turn over the ball, but Mexico City would have to settle for a Mason Crosby field goal attempt, and he misses. Later on, Eddie Pinheiro is good, and Arizona leads at 3-0. We work our way down to later in the first quarter. Long pass attempt by Geno Smith. Good to Amari Cooper for 31 yards. Worked good that time. Let's do it again. Smith to Cooper from 21 yards out. They do miss the PAT. Aztecs lead at 6-3 early in the second quarter. Etienne, 46-yard touchdown run, puts Arizona back on top, 10-6. Still early in the second quarter. Geno Smith back to pass on 3rd and 28. Encroachment penalty on the defense, so they'll get 5 yards. They get to do it again, this time 3rd and 23, under 10 minutes to go. And completes another long pass to Amari Cooper, this time for 25 yards, gets the first down. Geno Smith also good with running the ball. Nobody open. He takes off and picks up 16 here. Gets into Rattler territory. Later in the drive, Derrick Henry, the king, takes it in from 7 yards out. And Mexico City leads it 13-10. Late second quarter. Arizona trying to regain the lead. Purdy back to pass. Long connection to Jalen Waddle. Knocked out of bounds by Woolen. 30-yard catch. Purdy, on a weird-looking play here, but trust me, finds DeAndre Hopkins in the end zone from 24 yards out. And the Rattlers back on top, 17-13. Final seconds of the first half. Pass completes to Okwinwoku. And then watch this. Just 17 seconds left. Smith, no timeouts remaining. Has time to throw. Gets rid of it to Mike Evans. He could go all the way. 57-yard touchdown. And it's 20-17 in favor of the Aztecs. Mexico City, lengthy drive in the third quarter. But there he is, Cisco Kid with the interception, killing off a drive there. Purdy, start of the fourth quarter, completes a pass to Hopkins, good for 18. And then Rondell Moore going to take it in from 15 yards out. He'll be brought down at the 1. Purdy decides to hand it off to Etienne. He can't get in. Short of the goal line. Second and goal. Purdy, short pass to Hopkins. Easy catch. Back on top, 24-23 Rattlers. Midway through fourth quarter. Mexico City, plenty of time, only down a point. Pass to Evans for 24 yards. And then Smith. Geno Smith back to pass. Finds Michael Pittman across the middle into the end zone for the touchdown. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion here. Derrick Henry takes it off tackle left. Mexico City leads at 31-24. Dying seconds of the game. Purdy back to pass. Looking for somebody to throw to. And it's picked off by Trayvon Diggs. Seals the victory, first of the season for Mexico City. They win at 31-24. Geno Smith on the day. 38 of 59. 466 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Amari Cooper, 10 catches, 141 yards, and a score.
This telecast is copyrighted by the WFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the WFL's consent is prohibited.
Next up on WFL Primetime, we had 2 exciting games from each of the conferences. Over in the East, Birmingham at DC. The Americans and the Guardians find themselves in a jumbled pace for the Atlantic Division lead. DC rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud had to face one of the league's #1 defenses. And on the West Coast, the Chicago Fire taking on the San Diego Fleet. Home field has not been kind to the Fleet. San Diego has lost their first 2 games at Snapdragon Stadium. Offense is averaging just 18 points a game. And looking to jumpstart their season against the Chicago Fire and its 20th ranked defense. Let's take you to the highlights. Another full house at new Audi Stadium in DC as the Guardians play host to the Birmingham Americans, both the teams entering at 1-1. Take you early in the first quarter. Promising drive here for Birmingham. Gardner Minshew intercepted by Trey Brown. DC ball. Rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud getting plenty of protection in the pocket. Throws deep to his tight end Kyle Pitts from Florida inside the 5-yard line. 2 plays later, Stroud working that play action beautifully. Completes the pass to Brandon Ayuk. We have our first score of the game. DC up 7-0. Later in the first quarter, Minshew runs, fumbles, ball picked up by Minshew. They'll give him a gain of 21 yards on the play. Quick reaction there by the quarterback. Play later, completes a pass to Mike Williams. Williams does the rest. Finally brought down inside the 5-yard line by Brown. Birmingham had to settle for a Cairo Santos 25-yard field goal. They trail 7-3. We move into early in the second quarter. Birmingham with the ball again into DC territory. Hand off to DeAndre Swift. Nice little run there for 13 yards. Minshew again. Going to have to rely on his feet. Nobody open. Tucks the ball in. Takes off for 14 yards. And Birmingham with their first lead of the day, 10-7. DC would tack on a field goal before halftime. It'd be 13-13 heading into the second half. Birmingham gets the ball to start the third quarter. Completes the pass to Chase. Good for 21 yards. They settle for a Santos 37-yard field goal. Birmingham regains lead 16-13 later in the same quarter. Minshew starting within Birmingham territory. Completes the pass to Justin Jefferson. Good for 16 yards. Later on in the drive, Minshew hits as he throws, but completes the pass to Jefferson for a 16-yard touchdown pass. Birmingham leads by 10. Head into the fourth quarter, midway through the fourth quarter. Stroud completes a pass to Hollywood Brown for 36 yards. Stroud also not afraid to run with the ball. 3rd and inches. Picks up the first down and a little bit more. Under 4 minutes to go in the game. Stroud looking, finds Antonio Gibson in for the end zone for a touchdown. They just need the point after attempt to tie the game, and it's blocked. Elliott's kick is blocked, and that would be the difference in the game. Birmingham 23, DC 22. Gardner Minshew would be player of the game. 27 of 37, 320 yards and a touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 9 receptions for 91 yards and a touchdown. Birmingham improves to 2-1 on the season. Next stop, San Diego Snapdragon Stadium, where the Fleet, 0-2 in their first 2 home games, looking to get on the winning track against Chicago. After forcing the Fire to punt on their first possession, Fleet would settle for a field goal. They lead at 3-0. Running back David Montgomery for the visiting Fire takes off for a 75-yard touchdown run. He could go all the way. Touchdown. Chicago leads at 7-3. Using that platoon system at quarterback, Taysom Hill throws to Tyreek Hill. Gets into Chicago territory, good for 51 yards. Josh Allen back in at quarterback. This time, he connects with DK Metcalf from 5 yards out. San Diego back on top, 10-7. Chicago gets a Cameron Dicker field goal. It's now 10-10. Just near the end of the first quarter, Josh Allen tucks it and runs. Picks up 16 yards. I'm sorry, it was Taysom Hill, 16 yards. Josh Allen back into the game start of the second quarter, completes a pass to DK Metcalf, good for 34 yards. Puts him inside the red zone. Then, operating from the gun, Allen, looking, firing, finds TJ Hawkinson, the tight end, good from 12 yards out. San Diego, 17-10. Baker Mayfield, in this quarterback duel, fires a pass to George Slim Pickens, good for 15 yards. Mayfield inside the red zone, looking with time, finds Amon-Ra St. Brown on a 14-yard touchdown. We're tied again at 17. After forcing San Diego to punt, Chicago with the ball. Mayfield to Pickens, hit, fumble. San Diego recovers. Josh Allen, bit of a slow start in this game. But look at that pass there. Completes it to Tyreek Hill, good for 42 yards. Then from the 14, plenty of time to throw. TJ Hawkinson with a touchdown. Halftime, San Diego leads at 24-17. San Diego, Allen rushed as he throws. Pass picked off by Janoris Jenkins. Turnovers are costly. Mayfield gonna make San Diego pay. Pass to Pickens for 25 yards, and we're tied at 24. Late third quarter, Allen rolls right, fires across his body, completes the pass to DK Metcalf, good for 41 yards, knocked out of bounds. Josh Allen taking control of the game, forced to run, picks up 14 on this carry, gets the first down. Then, Najee Harris. We haven't seen a lot of him in this game. Just 6 carries before this play. Goes off tackle right, picks up the touchdown. San Diego back on top, 31-24. Late third quarter, Mayfield completes the pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown, good for 29 yards near midfield. Now we're into the fourth quarter. Inside the red zone. Mayfield in trouble. Gonna tuck it and run. Gets inside the 5. And then David Montgomery. Haven't heard his name since the early part of the game. Walks it in from off tackle right. We're tied at 31. Still early in the fourth quarter. Taysom Hill getting a little more work at quarterback, throwing the ball. Completes it to Tyreek Hill. A hill-to-hill completion, good for 19 yards. Allen back into the game. Draw play to Harris. Good for 2. Allen forced to scramble. Gets the first down a little more. 13 yards, finally brought down by Jenkins. Allen, play action. Forced to run again. Oh, eludes one tackle. A second tackle. Finally brought down after 11 yards. Allen's doing such a good job running the ball, why not? From the Chicago 8, after that incomplete pass. Sneaking those in on me there. Allen. Why not run for it? He does from 8 yards out. San Diego back on top, 38-31. Late fourth quarter. High-scoring game between these two Western Conference teams. Mayfield to St. Brown, good for 12 yards. 3rd and 10 from the San Diego 26. Mayfield looking, fires for Pickens, incomplete. They have to settle for a Cameron Dicker 44-yard field goal. They trail 38-34 with just over 3 minutes left. San Diego tries to run some clock. They get it down to under a minute. Chicago, no timeouts left. Mayfield hit by Jaron Reed. Tick, 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 tick. Mayfield, gotta hurry up. Just 37 seconds left. Throws over the middle. Completes it to Pickens for 28 yards. They got to hurry. Last play. Desperation time throw for Baker Mayfield. Looking. Throws the ball downfield, and it's intercepted by DJ Reed. So we had a Jaron Reed sack and a DJ Reed interception. Final score, San Diego gets their first win, 38-34 over the Chicago Fire. Jared Allen on the day, 19-29, 245 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also ran the ball 9 times for 73 yards. Our game of the week this week comes from Tampa Bay. Atlantic Division tussle between the Generals and the Bandits. New York looking to break a 10-game losing streak versus the Bandits. Let's take you to the highlights of this one. It was an exciting game. Saving the best for last here on WFL Primetime for you. 2 rookie quarterbacks, Bryce Young and Will Levis, going against one another here. Bryce Young, first possession, completes a pass to Rashid Shaheed for 25 yards. They would settle for Jason Myers' 38-yard field goal. New York up 3-0. Tampa Bay forced a punt on their first possession. New York gets the ball back. Young finds Jamison Crowder in the midst of some red shirts there. Picks up the first down. And he is in. Oh, they're going to say he's down at the 1. Running back Zach Moss will take it the rest of the way. Not on this play. Well, they do review it. They say he did get past the goal line, so it's a touchdown. New York, 10-0 lead. 3rd and 9. Levis having some issues here early with protection. He gets sacked from up the middle by Kenny Clark. They're forced to punt. New York adds a field goal just under 10 minutes to go in the half. They lead at 13-0. Tampa Bay trying to get something going here, down 2 scores. Levis completes to Hunter Renfrow, good for 11. Getting near midfield, 4 minutes to go until halftime. Levis finds Terry McLaurin, good for 14 yards. Tampa Bay would settle for a Chad Ryland 42-yard field goal. They trail by 10, 13-3 at the half. Tampa Bay would be forced to punt on the second half opening possession. Second half will be a different story for Bryce Young. Takes off on a run here. Gets a 42-yard gain here, but the drive stalls and they are forced to punt. Tampa Bay goes on a 3-and-out, and there's when things start to go from bad to worse for Bryce Young. Second and 14, late in the third. Young back to pass. Throws into double coverage, intercepted by Broquan Smith. Setting up another Ryland field goal. It's 13-6. New York with the ball again. Young going to use his feet. Picks up 17. Zach Moss to take care of matters there on a 4-yard touchdown run. New York leads at 20-6 early in the fourth quarter. Tampa Bay not giving up hope. Levis, 12-yard pass to Renfrow. But there's a late hit by Montez Sweat, which adds some extra yardage, 15 yards, and a first down. There's that late hit I was telling you about. Puts them just inside New York territory. New York just falling apart. Both sides of the ball here in the fourth quarter. Pass completes to A.J. Dixon for 42 yards. Knocked out of bounds near the 5. Under 7 minutes to go. Levis with time. Throws it to Renfrow. It's 20-13. 6 minutes to go. 2nd and 8. Young back to pass. Some pressure up the middle. forces the ball, and it's intercepted by Kenny Moore, who's going to take it back to the house. 46-yard interception return for Kenny Moore. We're tied at 20. Under, or a little bit over 2 minutes to go. Young throws to Adams. First down. 2-minute warning. Young looking to win this game and put New York in the win column. Pass completes to Kincaid. Gets to the 15. Young in trouble. Hit. Fumble. Ball picked up by Davin Gadshow. Another Bryce Young turnover. Game still tied under 2 minutes. Tampa Bay trying to avoid the repeat of last week's tie versus Toronto. Levis completes the pass to Quentin Johnson. Good for 16 yards. 4th and 2. They got to go for it here. Levis back to pass. Pass is incomplete. Ball turned over to New York. There goes that man again. Kenny Moore with the interception. Tackled at the New York 25. Just time for one more play. Chad Ryland to kick it to win it. It's good. They're going crazy in Tampa Bay. They're partying down in Ybor City as the Bandits come from behind. They trailed 20-6 at one point in the second half. They win this one 23-20. Moore, 2 interceptions for 82 yards. 46 of those came in that touchdown in the fourth quarter. So Tampa Bay, 2 wins, 1 tie. New York, 0-3 start to the season. So as we mentioned at the top of the show, we had 6 teams enter at 2-0. And as we look at the standings for week 3, there are just 3 teams still undefeated. London and Rome tied for the top of the Europa Division, and Las Vegas top of the Pacific Division. As you can check out the other teams there, starting to see as we reach the quarter mark of this young season how some things are moving in this season. Don't forget, coming up next, we have got Monday Night Football coming up for you. Memphis Express and the Detroit Wheels in a Central Division battle here on Monday Night Football. You can catch all the action here on the Replay Sports Channel. Once again, Glenn Walker, thanking you guys so much for joining us here on WFL Primetime. We'll do it again next week for week 4. Have a great day.